We all want kids to be safe in schools, of course.
But first, they've got to get to school safely. As we first showed you last night, a project in Milton Union, not to go to the moon, to lay sidewalks for kids who have been forced to walk on the street, is dragging its heels. The state says even though they have funding, it's going to take 3 years. Parents say get a move on. We agree. So we sent Wally Aliou to see what's more urgent than student safety.
Since there are no sidewalks going toward the school,
it's a big safety issue.
Milton Union students have to walk in the mud, grass, or possibly in the street. In 2011, the school board applied for new sidewalks for their new school. The money was nearly immediately granted, but they won't get the sidewalk until next spring.
3 years is a long time to wait.
Parents think that is too long, so we drove to Columbus to ask ODOT what's the holdup.
What we do for this school, for this sidewalk, takes the exact same steps as building a major highway in downtown Dayton.
29 steps to be exact. Once a project is approved, no matter how big or small, ODOT says they have to jump through these hoops set by the federal government. The whole process takes about 2 years.
Going in and surveying the area, it's looking at the environmental impact of what these sidewalks will do for that community, and taking a look at designing. There's a right-of-way aspect too, because when you're going into people's yards, that takes some discussion back and forth.
So we had to ask, is all this really necessary?
My personal opinion doesn't matter. But I will say that when you're looking at something like this, it is unique, unfortunately, that building a sidewalk for kids to get safer to school requires so much federal red tape. We're using federal money, and when that happens, you get a lot of strings attached to that.
We showed this list to residents in West Milton.
It looks like they're overkilling, because they got to wait and then have the quantities and notes reviewed, and then they got to review it again. It's a lot of red tape to go through to do a project that they're probably going to spend maybe a week on to do.
The federal Safe Route to School grant is funding this $300,000 project. In West Milton, Wale Aliou, Fox 45 News.
State reps for West Milton we talked with agree it's ridiculous to wait 3 years to build a sidewalk, but they say that's the deal when you deal with the feds. All that red tape creates a lot of employment for bureaucrats. So next, we're going to go to Miami County's Congressman, a pretty powerful guy, Speaker of the House John Boehner. And if you want to ask him to cut through that red tape, go ahead and call this number, 513-7954, and we'll put this info on our website as well.